How can I use CPQ in my instance, the Configure Price Quote tool? Is it the right choice? Kathryn Chlosta is going to walk us through 5 CPQ business use cases. Welcome to 100 Days of Trailhead, where the tech community comes to learn Salesforce, learn tech, get inspired, and invest in ourselves. We are your trail guides, here to support you on your learning journey. We release videos weekly. Hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a video. In the description below, you can find links for everything we mention in this video, as well as books and resources we found useful. Visit our blog, 100daysoftrailhead.com, for other helpful Salesforce and tech content. Ever wonder what typical business and sales process use cases can be solved with CPQ? Kathryn Chlosta will provide various scenarios where CPQ can be used as the solution. Kathryn is an enthusiastic member of the Amsterdam Salesforce community. She is 2-time Salesforce certified, a 2-times Trailhead Ranger, and has 3 super badges. Kathryn is a CPQ Salesforce consultant at WAG, a Salesforce Platinum partner with a global presence.
Hi, I'm Kathryn, and welcome to the 100 Days of Trailhead YouTube channel. CPQ is on everyone's radar today, so I'm here to talk about the 5 business challenges that you can tackle with CPQ. I've been in the Salesforce ecosystem since 2018, and I'm currently a Salesforce consultant at WAG, a Salesforce Platinum partner. So let's start from the very beginning. What is CPQ? It stands for Configure, Price, and Quote. Configure, that means configuring a quote and doing it ASAP. Price, how much do products cost? And then the quote, how can we deliver a consistent, professional-looking quote with all the details that the customer needs? The great thing about Salesforce CPQ is the amount of out-of-the-box functionalities that you can enable on top of your Sales Cloud. So that's the what. Let's go into the why. If I had to sum it up in one word, that would be spreadsheets. As Salesforce admins, we've all seen users using spreadsheets when there's a great alternative called Salesforce. I've called out some key data points to show the gains that your team can experience in a correctly configured CPQ environment. First off, we have users experience an average reduction in the number of quotes and configuration errors by 35%. On the other hand, users report an increase in forecast accuracy by 29%. Users experience a 95% reduction in approval time. And last but certainly not least, users report a 30% faster ramp for new sales reps when using CPQ. So we have the what, we have the why. Let's jump right into the number 5 business challenge. All right, so product configuration is complex. Customers today expect a wide variety of choices, and it's likely that your company offers many different combinations of one product, whether it's a variation of a model, color, or size. But let's think back to the sales rep. We want our sales reps to be right the first time when putting together a quote for your customers. What we can do is we can configure product bundles that are pre-configured with the option for sales reps to adjust them to the customer's needs. And therefore, we have product bundles. What I love about bundles is that it gives you a lot of control in configuring products in a way that makes sense. So there's 3 different bundle types, and I just want to give you a quick example of what each bundle type means. First up, we have static bundle types, and the example that I have is a Cafe Americano. We know that for a Cafe Americano, you need an espresso, and you need hot water. And together, that bundle makes a Cafe Americano. Changing that means that it won't be a Cafe Americano anymore. Then we have a configurable bundle. So for example, you take your favorite coffee drink and you can customize it with different flavors, toppings, sizes. And last but not least, we have a nested bundle. And the way that I like to think of this one is you can think of it like a combo meal. So let's go on to the next slide because I have an example of what this looks like in Salesforce. And what I mentioned before is that you can enable your sales reps to adjust bundles in a way that makes the most sense for their customers. So here we have a pre-configured bundle. And what we can do is we can determine what's required, what's selectable, and we can even control the quantities. So the first example here, on the left-hand side, you see that there are 2 boxes that are grayed out. That means these are required products as part of the bundle. We have the water, we have the cafe, and we have the espresso. So those options are required. But then let's say that we want to give some customers the option to add sugar or add cream or almond milk to their cafe Americano. These options would be selectable, and you can tell because the top box is selected, and that's selected in blue. The bottom two are not selected, but if you did want to select them, you just hit the box and it would turn blue. Last but not least, we have control quantities. So in the background, what I did for this is I said that sales reps would be able to configure a minimum of 1 espresso in the cafe Americano, but a maximum of 3. So I'm giving the flexibility there to make your cafe Americano as strong as you need it. All right, so that's number 5. Let's move on to number 4, subscription services. Over half of CFOs say that 40% of their annual revenue comes from subscription renewals, and this number continues to grow. As an admin, this might be on your horizon. So the thing is, subscription services can get messy with managing quotes, orders, assets, contracts over time. But the one thing I want to call out here is one really great feature of CPQ is that it's not just focusing on sales reps. There's also a lot of functionality to support your operational teams, and we'll see that with subscription renewals. You can use subscription renewals to trigger automatic generation of orders, assets, contracts, and subscriptions. You can also create a renewal opportunity so that the operations team, for example, can forecast on that potential revenue. All right, so that was number 4. Let's move on to number 3. Profitability is affected by inconsistent discounting. And there's also complexity around agreed discounting terms. And for that, we have automated discounting. Automated discounting allows you to take the guesswork out of discounting. Here we have 3 types of discounting: bundle, volume, and partner discounts. What I want to show in the next slide is an example of automated discounting at the bundle level and how we can get pretty detailed in Salesforce and what we discount. So here we are we're in the middle of configuring an espresso machine. And you can see that there are many different options that I can add to the espresso machine bundle. What I've done in the background is I've said, if somebody buys an espresso machine and they add a milk pitcher to the espresso machine as a part of a bundle, they will automatically get a discount on that milk pitcher. But here's the thing. If I didn't do that configuration work in the background, you would have to rely on the sales reps to remember what kind of discount and what level of discount that customer would be entitled to if they buy an espresso machine. That's possible maybe if you have a couple of products, but a lot of times sales reps are dealing with hundreds, maybe thousands of products. So it's not really possible for them to remember that, oh, if their customer buys an espresso machine, they'll get a discount on the milk pitcher. So doing that work in the background really helps everyone make sure that discounting is consistent across the board. And so what I've done is I've added the espresso machine. I've applied the rules and I've hit save, and then I get this next page, which is the quote. And the last line you see here, the milk pitcher, what you see down here is that the original price is 55 euros, but then because I've calculated it to have a discount as part of a bundle with an espresso machine, the special price is 44 euros. All right, number 2, slow approval processes, approval chains, and necessary evil. But there's 3 main ways to speed up approvals with advanced approvals. Rule-based approvals fire off when records meet certain conditions, for example, triggering an email to be sent to approvers. Approval chains automate resubmitted approvals, and smart approvals let you streamline the approval resubmission process for your sales reps. All right, so we've gone through number 5 to number 2. Let's go on to number 1, which happens to be my favorite. All right. Onboarding new team members takes time. And this is my favorite because I am all about enabling people to do their best work every day from day one. And the feature that you can enable within Salesforce CPQ is guided selling. Onboarding a new hire takes time. And while the new hire is learning the technicalities of your company's products, you can leverage the guided selling feature to help guide your sales reps through various options of the product. In this example, the end product is pretty simple. It's a bag of coffee. But as a sales rep, the expectation is to sell a bag of coffee that makes sense to the customer. It might mean that you don't want to roast coffee beans in a certain way, and don't even think about grinding them in a way that doesn't bring out the full potential of the beans. So in this example, we have 3 parameters that we're dealing with. We're dealing with the bean origin, we're dealing with the roast type, and we're dealing with the grind of the beans. So let's say you're starting off with Brazilian beans. After selecting Brazilian beans, the roast selection would filter to medium, dark, and espresso. Let's say you select the dark roast. What CPQ will do is that it will automatically filter so that you're only able to select 4 of the grind types: whole bean, filter, AeroPress, and espresso. But if you went and you selected espresso, it would only give you 2 options: whole beans or espresso. Again, this is huge. It seems pretty simple, but it's huge because from day one, you're enabling your team to sell to your customers while quickly delivering a professional-looking, polished quote. All right, so that's it. These are the top 5 business challenges to tackle with CPQ. Thank you again for watching the 100 Days of Trailhead team, and thank you for watching. Learn more about CPQ by scanning this QR code, and thanks for watching, and keep on blazing trails.
And with that, we're at the end. What use case are you thinking about using CPQ for? Comment below. We would also love to hear what video topics you want us to cover in future videos in the comments. If you've made it to this point, we want to take an opportunity to say thank you. Since you've stayed with us, here's a bonus. If your organization struggles with the length of time to build quotes, if you have complex products and pricing, or if you have sales partners, start considering if CPQ can help your organization scale. Thank you for spending time with us. Please like and subscribe to our channel because we share weekly content to support your tech and Salesforce learning journey. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss a new video. We also handpick these videos which we recommend you watch next. Connect with us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and on 100daysoftrailhead.com, all of which are listed below. Thank you for learning with us, and we'll see you back tomorrow.